So I'm trying out this whole vlogging thing, right? And my sister encouraged me to start because I've had this whole 500 days of favor going on. It started officially on June 13th, 2016. And I was at a point in my life where I just felt like I had no idea when I was going to be happy again. I was coming out of, a very long time on campus, and it was hard. Classes were hard. No, what is a friendship? Because um, I learned a lot about myself and people, but it was definitely a very difficult time for me. Um, but I was walking out of my spring quarter like, man, like these next however many days, I'm not sure how I came up with 500 days of favor. God spoke to me, and that's kind of what I've been going with. So it's been officially 6 months and 3 days, and it really has been an amazing, incredible, virtually indescribable 6 months for me. I spent some time in DC working for a nonprofit law group, met a lot of amazing people. A lot of my friends were in DC when I was there, so I got to kind of just hang out with them, but also heal and spend 6 hours coloring if that's really just what I felt like doing. I was staying with my sister, who is just the love of my life, and I got to put myself back together again. It was an amazing time. The weather was great. People were awesome. I was trying new things, trying to take on the city being 20. So there was that, but I've been learning a lot. I've been growing. I haven't been on campus in the last 6 months. I feel like that's contributing a lot to my happiness. After my time in DC, I went to New York. I figured, I was so convinced that I wanted to work in nonprofit law. But something said, let's make sure this is actually what you want to do. Make sure it's the nonprofit side of this you're interested in, not just law. So I took the fall off and was working in New York for a corporate law firm. And that was nice, man. When I tell you, they had these grand marble entrances. It's right in downtown Manhattan. So you had all these big executives coming in and out, working for lots of different companies. So I definitely felt like it was kind of at the seat of power, so to speak. But that was also great. I was staying with my aunt, my two little cousins, who I previously hadn't had much of a relationship with. I was really just getting to meet her, but she was amazing. Her little boys are awesome. My cousins, they're so cute, but just running around, dancing and screaming. I didn't have to go to work until noon, so they'd wake me up at 7 a.m. when they were getting ready for school, hollering and kicking the door that connected our rooms. It was just, I felt immersed in family and love and light and positivity. And I didn't know as many people in New York, but I feel like I spent most of my weekends traveling back to DC to go see my sister Grace. So, so I definitely didn't feel out of place at all. I felt, taken care of and nurtured and loved. And it was a unique experience, something I needed, and didn't know I needed. But I feel like I just left there in the middle of December, so it's only been about a month since I left. But I got an experience for, what corporate law is like. I got to figure out whether or not that's what I wanted to do. I'm still not sure. I feel like I don't really have a concrete sense of direction, but that's okay, right? Because life is not a linear path. Aha. What else? After New York, I was at home for about 3 weeks. And there was more family, and so I feel, now that I'm saying it out loud, I realize family and love and positivity and good food and laughter and light have been kind of the themes. English really not my thing. But they've been constant in the last few months for me. I've definitely grown to appreciate my family a lot more in this time. But yeah, so I did the New York thing, took on the Big Apple after DC. After, I took on the nation's capital, and then I went to the Big Apple, and now I don't know if you can hear this in the background, but I'm outside my apartment in Belgium. I'm out here in Brussels working for the European Parliament for the rest of the quarter before I head back to campus finally for the first time in like 10 months. And I'm by myself, which is okay. It's okay. I had to give myself a bit of a pep talk yesterday. I was walking through the, I'm not sure what the name of the neighborhood was, but it was a little bit more of a touristy area. And I was kind of bummed because it was like gray and rainy and I was alone. I was like, I just want some friends. But like besides the fact that I'm alone, I had to like really tell myself I'm alone in Belgium. Like what? I'm 20 years old in freaking Brussels working for the European Parliament. I know I'm going to learn a lot in this internship. I went to this dinner that the Oxford Society was hosting. It was a very bougie kind of event. The men were dressed very formally, the women not so much, but the men had these like white tails on their coats. And I was told you're only supposed to wear those white tails to royal functions at the palace and to events that the Oxford Society is hosting. So it was that kind of crowd. But I went with the member of parliament that I'm working for. I learned a lot about the Brexit. I'm learning so much about European politics that I never knew before. And I feel like I kind of should have, because everyone's all up in America's business. And it just makes sense to like know more about the world that's going on around you, and a lot of the world has to do with the governments that kind of direct each country. So I'm learning a lot about international trade. I'm doing a lot of research on TTIP, the Transatlantic Trade Investment Partnership, something like that. But I'm doing some research on that, bopping around. I've been here for about a week and a couple days now. I got here not this past Friday, but the Friday before that. But I'm in Brussels. I'm doing this thing, and I think it's gonna be pretty cool. I guess I'll give you guys a little view. This is just the apartments behind me. It's kind of gray today, just a little bit. But this is where I am. This is what I'm doing. I don't know. I was told I should blog, and I feel like I'm doing this more for me, so I really may be the only one watching these videos, which is why I don't mind being awkward. But yeah, I feel like if I had to say one thing about the last 6 months of my life, the most important thing I feel like I've realized is that life is not a linear journey. Which I said already, but it's worth repeating. I got to college thinking, I had to figure out my major, probably going to do econ or gov or something that, made sense, a conventional major. But here I am considering majoring in African American studies or human geography. Really not sure. I struggled a lot on campus. I was pushing my way through because I thought I had to do school before I could do internships, before anyone would want to hire me or have me on as a part of their team. But that hasn't been the case. I kind of pushed myself to a point where I couldn't go anymore. And after that, I took a break, and I've been away. I've been on my break for the last 6 months now, and it has been probably the best time I've ever had alone. I've spent a lot of the last, in DC and New York I had my family, but I envision being here will be amazing in its own way. I'm not sure how, besides the fact that I get to travel. I get to go to France and Germany and Geneva, Switzerland if I just want to. But yes, so I'm really looking forward to the rest of this quarter. I'm really interested in seeing where this vlog thing takes me. and I'm excited. My computer froze. Yes, and I'm excited to just kind of, I don't know, be around, do my thing, and record it, and caption it, and reflect. So yes, that is all I have to say. This is Sydney signing off, vlog 1. But yeah, I hope to be making another vlog very, very soon.